All right, and then we're just going to touch on some recruitment terms that, as you guys are rushing this spring, going into the fall, these are things you'll hear a lot, and you might be wondering, well, what do they mean? But might not want to ask. So the first one is a bid. Just like it says, it's a formal invitation to join the chapter. So once you've had discussions with the chapter enough where they know they want to invite you to join their brotherhood, they extend you a bid. And every house handles bids a little differently. For the most part, they're informal, and it's just once you have a bid, it's up to you to accept it, and then each house has a different process for that, and they'll normally let you know. Potential new member, or P&M, is what we collectively refer to you guys who are rushing and looking at houses. It's just any man interested in joining a fraternity. Um, then chapter is basically one of any of the fraternal organizations we have on campus. So every fraternity has their national level, but then each institution at each university is the chapter. Facility just refers to the house. So the chapters that have facilities are those 18 house chapters we discussed, and that's where those finances come in for living in those houses. Legacy, anyone who, say, your father or your dad was in a fraternity, or you can even be legacy to sororities if your moms were in one, or you had siblings in there, whatever else, just some kind of family connection to a specific chapter. Recommendation letters as well. That's another thing that can pan off of a legacy, whether it's a family member or maybe a family friend that was in this house, but someone that can write you a recommendation. Those are more common for sororities, but those definitely don't hurt for fraternities either if you have them. And then a little more specifics about recruitment at K-State. So our recruitment is informal and goes year-round. So what the informal and year-round means, that a lot of colleges do what's called formal recruitment. It's kind of how our sororities run at K-State. So that would be everyone together for a week, and it's very structured, and a week or whatever time frame it is, it's very structured, and you see every house, and there's pairing and whatnot. But that's the formal. But for informal, it's completely on your own. It's up to you guys that are interested to reach out to, us at the Interfraternity Council to get more information on different houses or different contact information. But then there's also, you can go to the chapters. A lot of chapters at K-State on their websites have links and submission forms and stuff for you guys to go and fill out, and then they reach out to you. So the informal goes all through the spring and into the summer, and houses that are actively recruiting will, get your name or your number, whether through a recommendation or through filling out these forms. They'll reach out to you. Hey, we saw you were interested. We'd love to have a conversation about what this house has to offer you. We can see if this would be a good fit for you, as well as if you would be a good fit for this chapter. Because at the end of the day, the recruitment is for you guys to find the best fit for you to be successful. Um, like I said, initial communication is sometimes up to the potential new member. Values-based recruitment. So that's a big thing at K-State and our informal rush process. So it's all based on who are the guys you connect with, the guys that you get to sit down. A lot of times before all this, we would do recruitment dinners typically, where it's just sitting down and it's just conversation, getting to know the potential new member as well as getting to know the guys in the house, and just kind of getting that feel if it's a fit. And then there's other processes that would continue. Right now, in the midst of COVID-19, it really messes up a lot of the traditional in-person recruitment we would do. But I know chapters are setting up Zoom calls frequently that are very similar to the dinners, where it's just you sitting down with members of the house, getting to converse with them, meet them, ask any and all questions, and is still proving to be pretty effective. I think K-State fraternity recruitment is resilient, and because we are a personality values-based recruitment, we don't lose that over a Zoom call versus an in-person meeting. So I think that's really great. Another really big thing to mention is alcohol-free recruitment. I'm not really going to run into that in the middle of all this going on right now, but we do completely dry recruitment events. So no alcohol to potential rushes, because we believe when you're finding that for you in house, it shouldn't be under the influence. There should be nothing illegal, no illegal substances involved. It should just be you finding what is the best fit for your personality, your academic goals, your college goals, and trying to fit all that together into what's going to benefit you for the next 4 years as well as the rest of your life. Any more stuff about recruitment support? or questions, typically you can reach out to the chapter recruitment officers. They'll typically have their information on websites, on their chapter websites. But then there's also Zach and I as the directors of recruitment that you can send emails to, reach out to. Sam is the president of the Interfraternity Council. You can reach out to him as well as Jordan Coker, who is our director.
Yeah, how to succeed in recruitment. There's definitely a lot of different ways that you can go about having success in recruitment. But as you can see from that first bullet point there, communication is key. Carter talked a lot about it. Pretty much all of our our recruitment comes from, conversations that we have. And most chapters, do recruit to fill. The average number of, new members for any fall class is around 20. And, we want to make sure that you're being open to multiple chapters. We have 22 great chapters, and something that I think we take a lot of pride in as we, talk to our recruitment chairs and coach them. We constantly find that they're saying to every recruit that, if we're not the chapter for you, we hope you find the chapter that fits best for you here at K-State, because there really is a chapter for everyone. And so recruitment can kind of go whenever. Carter touched on it a little bit. It is year round. And so depending on the chapter, recruitment could go up until the first day of class. We pretty much all of our chapters, I believe right now, are still like looking to fill their house. And, like I said, the average number is 20, but, I've heard classes range anywhere from, 5 guys to 30 guys for their fall classes. And Carter also talked a little bit about this, but virtual and in-person recruitment. So like what you can do now, start reaching out to recruitment chairman on our website. The link is right there, as well as if you just just Google fraternity or FSL at K-State or fraternity and sorority life at K-State, you'll be able to find our website. And you can sign up for our chapter builder function, which also notifies our recruitment chairman when you sign up for it, and they can kind of reach out to you from there. But also, if you wanted to reach out on your own, all the contact information for our recruitment chairman is on our website. And so that could just be a text, it could be an email. Like we said, it's very informal. So there's tons of ways that you can get involved. What a lot of chapters are doing right now, kind of like Carter talked a little bit about earlier, is just Zoom calls just like this, kind of in place of recruitment dinners or recruitment events. It's a couple of guys from the chapter, maybe it's a couple of potential new members as well in the conversation. And it's just almost, I kind of like it because when I help out my chapter, it's just almost like another way that you can have a little bit of social interaction and kind of keep sane during this hard time. And so, what you can do as we do move back into in-person recruitment, we do have a 365-day recruitment process. You can literally join a chapter any day of the year. And that's something that's really cool because it's very different across the board in terms of fraternities, in the US. But at K-State, you're always recruiting. And there's always an opportunity for you to, find that right organization that sees you fit. And so, if you want to start right now, there's ways on our website you can start reaching out. But if you want to wait and start reaching out, when we move back into the fall, there's still a few chapters. I know, not a ton, but definitely a few chapters that don't finish up the recruitment process until into August or September as well. But I'd say the bulk of our chapters probably are looking to fill up their classes sooner rather than later. So I would make sure that you start to reach out to the recruitment chairman so you get a good idea of, all the different fraternities here on campus.
Yeah, so this is our contact information below. If you guys have any questions or you're have more questions about recruitment or IFC in general and just Greek life and fraternity life at Kansas State, please don't hesitate to reach out to any of us. I know like the past month I've had a lot of people call me and having questions about how recruitment works, how fraternities at K-State work, how is it different from other colleges. So I'd be more than happy to answer those questions you have. And I know Zach and Carter feel the same. And then, if you guys have any questions, you can be sure to put them in the chat or you can just ask them now over the call, but we're more than happy to answer any questions you have right now.